Hey y'all, Talk Thomas here. Today I'm here with Lego Guy 13. Say hi.
Hi.
And today we are going to debate which is the better show, Ninjago or Thomas the Tank Engine. So, what we're going to debate here is the intro episode, the concluding episode. As of now, Ninjago's obviously still going. The characters, the music, the animation or model work, the movie and specials, or the main character. I'll highlight it red for Ninjago and blue for Thomas. So,
Thank God we're not. Thank God we're not going off crystal line. Ninjago would lose instantly.
Yeah. Although I'm only gonna go Thomas seasons 1 through 7 because that's the classic era and that's what I'd consider my favorite show. Not a lot after that. So we're gonna start with the intro episode. Let's talk about your intro episode first.
So, are we talking about the pilots or Rise of the Snakes?
I say we talk about the pilots.
Okay, the pilots are pretty good. It's mid. That being said, it is meant to introduce people to the world. So it does its function pretty well. It gives us a substantial amount of lore to work off of. So I think it was a pretty decent start to the show.
So yeah, we're gonna rate them out of 10 so that we have a good basis. So yeah, what would you rate the pilot?
I'd give it about a 7 out of 10.
Oh, perfect, I won. Thomas and Gordon is the starting episode of Thomas the Tank Engine. We're introduced to Thomas and Gordon, and Thomas just causes some mischief, and then Gordon gives him his comeuppance by attaching him to the back of the Express, and it's just something that I feel like Thomas basically could implode from, so yeah, it was an epic first episode, to say the least. I'd say 9 out of 10, honestly.
Damn.
Yeah, I say I win this one. I don't think you've watched Thomas, so I kind of have to explain these ones.
I haven't watched since I was 5.
Oh, have you watched, the model era, or?
I think.
Okay, we'll go with that, okay. Conclusion, I guess whoever lost gets to start the next round, so I guess it's you again.
So, the conclusion...
You can go either...
Go off the leaked episodes.
Well, you know what? Let's not go into leaked episodes. I say either you do, the latest official Dragon's Rising season, Crystallized, March of the Oni, whatever you consider the true conclusion to be.
Thank God, because I have not watched the leaked episodes.
Okay, cool.
So for the best chances for doing Dragon's Rising, the final episode, I think it was really good. It was pretty much what I like to call a mid-season finale. So it ends off a bunch of the plot threads of this season. It also doesn't completely end it. There's still sort of a cliffhanger ending, so that's pretty cool.
So your rating?
And also more, so I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like mine might be a 9 out of 10 again. Maybe I'll start next round just to give you an edge or something. So,
yeah.
Hooray for Thomas is the last episode of Season 7. In this episode, Thomas wants to have a medal and has a race with Birdie. And you know what? I'm going to go off the US dub just to give you a win. Because the US dub is a 7 or 6 out of 10. Because, the music is just all generic and bland. And you don't know how much the music affects the Thomas episode. The US is just kind of bland, but the UK has just an amazing racetrack. For the UK, it is a 9, maybe even 9.5 out of 10, but for the US, 7 out of 10. I'll give you the win for this one.
Let's go.
Alright, characters. We're gonna leave out the main character for the last one, although both of our shows are kind of ensemble casts. Although, yeah, Thomas does take the lead most of the time, and I guess Lloyd does in Ninjago, but as for the supporting cast,
sure.
Yeah. I think my favorite of the supporting cast is Duck. He's just a chill guy, honestly. Gordon is one of my favorites in the classic era, he's always just pompous and just fun. Percy in the model era was just kind of a Chad. Same thing with Toby. Edward was a really fun character. I feel like lots of them are really fun. I really like Douglas in particular. He came to the island as a stowaway. He was meant to be scrapped. and then later on actually saved a scrap engine. So honestly, in terms of the supporting cast,
That's
9
cool.
out of 10. Yeah.
So Ninjago has a large supporting cast. I think some of my favorite supporting characters, are just the ninjas. Although I do prefer Rogue over Jay, to be honest.
Are you serious?
I haven't seen the leaked episodes, but from the one episode I've seen of him, he's pretty cool.
Oh, dang
He's
it.
pretty chill.
I don't entirely
Another
agree
one
with
I
that.
really
but
like
okay.
is Ronan. Huh?
Oh, I don't entirely agree with Rogue J being better than just normal J, but okay. Anyway, continue.
Like, Rogue J seems like a more competent fighter than normal J, who would most likely solo the fight for some dumb shit.
I guess that's kind of fair, but oh well. You do you, I guess.
I would give Ninjago, but what happens if it's a tie?
It's both. It's a 9 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
I guess we go purple then. If it comes to it, we'll have to do a re-debate, but we'll go purple for now. Music, okay. Thomas's music is just outstanding, except for season 7. I don't know what happened there, but for seasons 1 through 6, it's just peak. Like when you hear a character theme, you think of that character instantly. I can only think of like one of those themes in Ninjago, and that'd be like Lloyd's from season 2. Like, you hear, and okay, that's Thomas. You hear, it's Percy. Like, the music's just so recognizable and so great. And one particular track I've just been obsessed with was a Thomas and the Jet Engine track. It combines like classical music and the Runaway theme, and it's so good. It's like, honestly, I'd go as far to give it like, I would give it a 10 out of 10. But then there's season 7, so I guess 8 out of 10.
So Ninjago has a bunch of really cool vocal themes, specifically Ninjago and Awesome. Yes, these names are really generic, but the songs themselves are pretty good. The soundtrack kind of fell off a cliff during the Wild Brain era, but Dragon is Rising, while the intro's not as good as The Weekend Whip, I think We Rise is still a pretty good song, but The Weekend Whip, I would give that song alone like a 10 out of 10. I'll give this like a 9, maybe 8.5.
Like the entire soundtrack's an 8.5?
Yeah.
Alright. Animation and model work, I will fight this one to the death. Models are so much cooler than animation. Like, it really immerses you into the world, like, especially in the later seasons where they do big shots and you can just see the whole railway. It's just absolutely amazing. I will fight by the model work, 10 out of 10, even through it all.
I am
Yeah.
a really big fan of the Ninjago movie animation because it's one big stop motion. I really like stop motions. And while I'm a fan of the show's animation, season 7 is what holds this entire damn thing back. I know they were like prepping for the movie, so they didn't have a ton of time. But goddamn, what happened? Like, most of the animation is really good. It's all over the place good. Like, the end of the own trilogy was more of aesthetics. The animation's cooler. Then for the entire Wild Brain era, the fight scenes are cooler. And then Dragon's Rising is a mix of both. So give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh. I didn't have to fight to the death, luckily. I'm gonna let you do this next one first because you kind of already lost, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we have Dave the Mid. I don't have any catch names for it. We have the Ninjago movie, which it's fine if you look at it if it's not a Ninjago movie. And then the Island, which just gives this man a free win.
Yeah, so it's time for my free win. So, Thomas has actually had a rough history with movies. Oh yeah, what is your rating? Just because we need to know.
3.
A 3? Okay. So, Thomas has had quite a rough history with movies, to be honest. I'm gonna throw my nostalgia out the window for a sec. So, Thomas has about 14 or 15 movies, I believe. So, I'm gonna run through them all.
Damn!
Yeah.
Massacre was the only theatrical release, and it was basically a Ninjago movie of the Thomas franchise. It did not reflect anything at all about who Thomas was, so that was kind of trash. Calling All Engines I'm really nostalgic for, but it really was kind of babyish, so Also not very good. The Great Discovery is just an emotional masterpiece out of nowhere. We have two mediocre movies, and then we just have a masterpiece out of nowhere. It's just like that. Then we have Hero of the Rails, which was the first CGI production, and it was pretty good. It kind of had too much narration at points, but pretty good. Misty Island is the bane of my existence. Day of the Diesels is boring. Blue Mountain Mystery is actually really good. King of the Railway is pretty good also. What's after that? Tales of the Braves is really, really good. The Adventure Begins is one of the only movies to make me cry. That and Sonic Movie 3. Legend of the Lost Treasure, it should have released in theaters. The Great Race is incredibly conflicting. Journey Down Sodor, lots of people don't like it, but I do. And Blubber is stupid.
So overall, yeah, it's very mixed with Thomas, but we do have a lot of emotional masterpieces, so I feel like giving him a 7 works.
What did I just hear?
A lot. I had to ramble a lot about that.
Main character.
Alright, for you we're gonna say it's Lloyd, and for me it's Thomas, obviously.
I think Lloyd's a pretty interesting main character, mainly due to the fact that he's mainly meant to be traumatic. They made an entire novella, I think it's called, just explaining Lloyd's trauma. Have you heard of it?
The what?
Ninjago Splinter in the Blind Man's Eye.
I don't think I have.
It's pretty much detailing Lloyd's traumatic reaction, stuff like Moro possessing him, or Govardhan beating the crap out of him, and stuff like that.
Huh. So, any other...
I think it made...
So, thoughts on the character?
I think it made Lloyd more of a character. I'll give Lloyd an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. If we're talking about the entire Thomas franchise for a second, he definitely loses. Thomas has to be one of the most inconsistent characters in history. From seasons 1 through 7, he matures over time, and his character arc throughout the seasons, and that's pretty cool. If we count the rest, he becomes maybe a 5-year-old in the next couple of seasons, and then gets even dumber somehow in the early CGI, before turning back into his old self for a bit, before turning into a generic kid's character in Boba. So, yeah. In terms of his seasons 1 through 7 personality, though, I really like the character arc from going to a cheeky little prick to, a more mature engine, basically. I'd say 8.5, honestly. What was yours?
Mine was, I believe, 8.
Well, I guess I won.
I'm gonna lose it.
Yep, I won. Anyway, if you want us to redebate characters or something, comment below and give your condolences for Lego Guy. Bye!